Welcome to German television. Welcome, Kaja Kallas.
Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
So, Ms. Kallas, it's a very special summit. There has been lots of talks before the summit on how much unity will there be. So do you think that all the states really will deliver on the 5% NATO goal?
Well, if the states take the obligations, they should deliver as well. I mean, of course, I think this time it is clever that there's also this roadmap how to get there. Because last time, 2014, it was agreed to reach the target of 2% by 2024, but we knew that everybody was not there. Now it is also the progress that is monitored.
A progress that is especially needed in Eastern Europe. Your perspective has always been to have a strong NATO, have a strong alliance. Do you think that NATO will really step up if Putin attacks Eastern Europe?
Well, we have NATO agreements. We have Article 5 in NATO, of course, and we know that the only time this Article 5 has ever been used was when America called for Article 5, and many countries, like the country that I'm from, also went into the war with America and had more combat casualties per capita than America had in these wars.
But that was under a different U.S. president. It was under George W. Bush. Now it is Donald Trump. He has been, outspoken about Article 5. Sometimes he says, you know, it's a matter of interpretation how it works with Article 5. Do you think that Trump will help Europe?
Well, country is still the same. I mean, and country has obligations, not the presidents. I mean, countries are parties of the treaties. America, the United States of America, is part of the transatlantic treaty. So this is how these things work.
So I think I hear that you think that Trump will help you. On the other hand, there are even in Europe other partners. We heard Viktor Orban today. He said NATO has no business in Ukraine and Russia is not really the threat, but the competitiveness of the European economy is the biggest threat to Europe. Is that your position, or is Viktor Orban living sort of in a different Europe than you are?
No, I think these are two different things. I agree that we have an issue with competitiveness and we need to work with our economies to be more competitive. We have a lot of potential, but the other side is the military threat, and it's clear that Russia is posing this military threat to Europe. They haven't really hidden their goals. They have been very vocal about these goals even right now. So what we need to do is invest more in our defense and be stronger.
Invest more in defense. That was always the topic that Donald Trump brought up. Rutte just said that without Trump it would have never been done. So do you think that all the pleasing of Donald Trump, taking his number, the 5%, into the declaration here in Den Haag, also shortening the summit, making him visit the King and Queen of the Netherlands and making him sleep in the residence in the castle of the King and Queen of the Netherlands, all this pleasing of Trump, how small is Europe compared to Trump?
Well, it is clear that this is the language of President Trump, and if it gets the goals, then I think it's important. And when it comes to the investment in defense, and that is true that President Trump was the one who was pushing more when he was in the office the last time, and I think now all the European allies have also listened to that, and I think it's important. The stronger Europe is, the stronger also NATO is.
So then allow me one final question on the situation in Iran. You said just recently that you urge all sides to step aside and take a step back. So should Trump stop doing anything in Iran?
Well, now we are in a situation where we definitely need to sit down and find a diplomatic solution. We have issues with Iran, in addition to the nuclear program. We have their ballistic missile program that is a threat. We have the cyber threats and hybrid threats that they are conducting against the European countries. We have the European citizens being detained by Iran. And, of course, their support to Russia as well. That is a threat to us. So we need to sit down and discuss all these issues.
So Trump has to sit down as well.
All these conflicts need to have a diplomatic solution. So clearly, United States is a big country, always has a role.
Says a diplomatic, high representative from the European Union. Thank you so much for your time, Ms. Kallas.
Thank you for having me.